Hello guys, Brad here again with another video. Today I thought I would answer some of my viewer mail, specifically all the viewer mail that I've been getting with regards to Jeremy Fragrance lately. As we all know, he has a new fragrance coming out, and there's been a lot of drama, a lot of talk about this fragrance. So I thought maybe I'd just answer some of my viewer mail and clear the air on how I feel about this fragrance launch and answer some of your questions today, see how that goes. So I got a few letters here, four total actually, from some different people. First one's from a guy named Bryson out in Cleveland, Ohio. Dear Brad, will you be buying or pre-ordering The Office for Men by Jeremy Fragrance? If not, will you at least get a sample or decant? Well, as things stand right now, I have not ordered a bottle of The Office for Men, and I don't plan on buying it either at the Kickstarter price of $160 or for the projected price of nearly $500 later on. I know Jeremy's taste in fragrances is probably a little bit different than my taste. I think he tends to like the newer releases that are coming out right now, and I think my taste is maybe towards a slightly older fragrance, at least maybe 5 or 10 years old type fragrances, like the one by Dolce and Gabbana and Bleu de Chanel, fragrances like that, versus fragrances like Sauvage and Prada L'Homme and stuff like that. So, yeah, I haven't planned on buying the fragrance. Probably won't. As far as getting a decant, again, I expect decants to be about $20, $25 a pop. Don't really think I'm interested in going that route either. If somebody wants to send me a free sample, I'll be more than happy to give it a whiff and to give a little impression video about it, or maybe give it a full wearing. But as things stand now, I probably will not be owning a bottle, sample, or decant of Office for Men unless it's sent to me for free. Second question. This is from a guy named Benjamin out in Orlando, Florida. Hey man, what do you think The Office for Men will smell like? It's a good question. I think there's actually a note pyramid now officially released on this fragrance somehow. So that might give you some idea of what some of the notes are in the fragrance. I believe the base notes, there's actually an official directory listing. I haven't really checked it out yet, but something to keep your eye on in the future, as I'm sure that will really start to light up here within the next 6 months or so. But if I had to guess what the fragrance will smell like, I'm going to guess it's going to smell like a combination of several of the newer designer releases that have been out lately. Dior Sauvage, perhaps, with that Ambroxan, musk, mixed with a little bit of the Prada L'Homme Iris Accord, maybe even a dash of La Nuit with that spicy cardamom, stuff like that. I would guess would kind of give you an idea of what to expect from the new fragrance, but that's just my speculation. If you're unsure what it smells like, maybe just wait until the reviews start coming out. Then you'll get a better idea of what to expect. Number three from a guy named Deshaun out in Kansas City. Dear Brad, if you were a part of Jeremy's marketing team, how would you advise him to better market his new fragrance? Well, I think he's doing a pretty good job right now with the Kickstarter campaign already generating close to $1 million. You can't argue that the guy is a marketing genius and knows what he's doing. But if I had to give some insight, I certainly don't see how um, handing out some samples to some of the prominent reviewers would be a bad idea. I mean, this is a YouTube launch, so why not involve some of the more prominent YouTube reviewers, or even myself, or some of the lesser known guys out there? Anybody that has an opinion, let them do a little review of it from a sample. Make a little decant, send it out. Maybe send them an email and ask them if they're interested. Sounds like a smart idea to me. Or maybe do a giveaway. You could have a 100 ml bottle giveaway on your channel. Maybe do a random drawing or have a contest of some kind. That would really show goodwill and faith to your loyal viewers that you're generous and willing to part with a bottle of your fragrance. So those are a couple of things that I think of. And the last question here from a lady named Susan out in San Diego. Dear Brad, do you think Jeremy should keep reviewing fragrances now that he has his own fragrance? Isn't this a conflict of interest? I know what you're thinking. Yeah, what about Jeremy is still reviewing all these new fragrances. In fact, he just had a big bottle haul coming in. We'll probably review those. You're probably thinking back to when Kerosene was a reviewer and had his own rather successful channel, started his own line of fragrances, quit reviewing. In fact, he deleted his whole channel off of YouTube. You can't really find anything about kerosene on YouTube anymore. Well, I think kerosene's situation is a little bit different. First of all, kerosene didn't have a monetized channel, so he did not get any ad income from his um, channel. Secondly, he didn't have the secondhand opinion from girls. It was always just his objective opinion. And well, thirdly, his channel was not nearly as successful as Jeremy's channel. So Jeremy, if he were to quit reviewing, he would be basically conceding tens of thousands of dollars of income from his channel, which would be very hard for most people to do. And secondly, since he has secondhand opinions, most of his reviews are rather objective, in my opinion. I mean, the ladies supposedly are giving their objective opinions, so let them continue to do so. I think his channel will continue to be popular and successful as long as he keeps that format up. So I think he should probably continue using YouTube as a reviewing medium as long as he has the desire and the motivation to keep reviewing other fragrances. He's certainly using that channel to review his own fragrance quite heavily right now. That might be the more controversial thing. Should you be reviewing your own fragrance and saying how it's much better than everything else out there? That might sound a little bit biased. Even if you bring in secondhand opinions and they say it's 10 plus or 11 out of 10, that sounds biased. But, it's up to him to decide. No harm, no foul, as far as I'm concerned. So those are my viewer mail question answers for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.